CopBlockRadio, you're listening live at LRN.FM. That's the Liberty Radio Network. You can call in. Share your stories of police abuse or police accountability. 413-418-COPS. It's 413-418-COPS. Or send a Skype contact request to CopBlockRadio. It will be accepted, and then we will put you on the air. On the line, we have a very special guest with us tonight. We, of course, have regular news stories to share with you about Sandusky cop stop, plus a fake pirate mocks a road pirate. Cops kick a man's door in, assault his estranged wife, and holds a family at gunpoint. All that to come, but first, we are on the line with Andre Stockett, who you may have heard about, been making some news in Sandusky. Andre, how are you tonight? Oh, we are on the line with Dio at the moment. Dio, good to have you on. We're gonna put you on hold for just a second and bring Andre back. So Andre, who has been placed on hold.
Gotta give him the switcheroo.
Yeah, you are back. Sorry about that. So Andre, how are you holding up tonight?
Oh man, I'm feeling blessed, man.
I'm glad to hear you're well. We were pretty shaken when we saw the video of your traffic stop, and we're going to play that video for the audience who hasn't seen it yet. But just to give us an idea of what's to come, what happened and what role did you play in all this?
Okay, basically what happened was, man. Let's rewind to where the people don't know. I was actually walking and seeing this officer. I stood next to this officer's car for 5 minutes before this even started, before I even pulled the camera out. And he spoke to me and said, "What's up, Mr. Stockett?" And then my girlfriend, by that time, she passed by, and I tried to flag her down, but she kept it moving. And he went the back way, and then that's what everything entailed. I even told her, I was like, "Hey, he on something sneaky, man." Get pulled over. So as soon as we get pulled over, I pulled my phone out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to exercise my rights as an American citizen. And the way that I interpret the law, he asked me, to step out of the car, and I told him, no, I'm not stepping out of the car. He's like, well, you look like somebody that got warrants. Now, state of Ohio says that you have to identify yourself if you have been accused of committing a crime or seen committing a crime. I forget the third one. What he said was, you match the description of somebody with felony warrants, and that ain't a crime, me matching the description. So I felt as though I didn't have to tell him nothing. And come to find out, that same officer was fired today for lying.
Wow. And that's the remarkable part of the story. Not that you were harassed, but that there were actually consequences for the officer who was harassing you. Have you encountered interactions with police in Sandusky like this before?
All the time. Actually, this is the reason why all of this took place, is because about a month before this exact same thing happened to me. Exact same thing. And my attorney told me, son, educate yourself, and next time they pull you over, you pull your phone out, man, and record them and hold them accountable for any and everything that they say and do to you. And that's what I did.
Actually, I was glad to hear. I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, I hope he has an attorney, and I was going to ask that question. So we're glad to hear that you do have one. How are you doing? Pretty good on taking care of that? I mean, that stuff can get expensive, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got damages. I mean, my lawyer, he understands that. See, this is what it is, man. I made a conscious decision that after that had happened, and I just had my new baby. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was out here, man. I was a real heavy dude in the streets, man, real heavy. And this is why I knew he knew who I was, because I was very heavy. But prior to this, man, I gave the game up because of the simple fact of I got tired of my children and my woman being harassed because of my actions. So I gave the game up. I just stopped, fucking around all the way. Am I allowed to cuss?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I stopped fucking around altogether. So, it just, that right there just gave me a sense of pride. I didn't even know where my next dollar was coming from, but I didn't care because I felt safe because I didn't have to worry about the police bothering me, and then they did it anyways.
Dio joins us from Ohio. Dio, you're on with Andre, Scott, and Derek J.
How's it going, fellas? How's it going, Andre?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Peace.
Hey, how you doing? Pretty good. I'm doing good over here. I'm glad to hear that the officer finally got fired. And hey, it looks like we may be seeing some accountability in Ohio, actually, huh?
Yeah, and it's weird because the simple fact of, if you read the press conference, the prosecutor and the chief of police took the side of their officer, said he didn't do anything illegal, and now they look real dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Real dumb. Before they knew the facts, they assumed that he was in the right and he was dead wrong.
What's the media spin been like for you? Has it been a lot of media contacts since this story broke?
I've done interview with Fox 8 News, ABC, NBC, CBS. I just got a release. I just gave a release to the video for NBC World News. And you know what I've learned? There's politics in any and everything, and you can tell which ones are conservative, which ones are liberal, and which ones are left wing, which ones are right wing. And the only one that really gave me that painted me in a positive manner was Fox, to be honest with you. And you know, we all know how Fox is. So I mean, it's crazy how they were the only one that gave me a positive spin. Everybody else brought up my record. You know what I'm saying? Everyone did except for Fox. They did a story on the story itself and left my past out of it because my past should have never been in it. But it was my past is the reason why they made up that story. See, it's protocol. So basically, what my attorney told me was, son, he said, son, you were not profiled, you were targeted. So I said, I had to have him explain that to me. And what he said was, he said, basically, they know what you do. And they found out that you look like Jeremy Newell, who has a felony warrant. Now, check this out. He has a felony warrant for identity fraud. So why did you call the dog? You know what I'm saying?
They just wanted to find anything they could because their job is to find and prosecute criminals. So they want to investigate as many crimes as possible. In their eyes, we're all criminals, and they just haven't figured out which ones they can bring in yet. So I'm curious, Andre, was the only difference between this interaction and the last one that you recorded it?
That's the only difference. That is the only, and you know what else the only difference? The last one, I was there for 5 hours while they searched my vehicle. 5 hours. We got pulled over at 8 o'clock in the morning, leaving breakfast with her mom, her aunt. These people are all Republican, high-standing citizens. And they sat there and watched us leave the restaurant, pulled us over, and Officer, what was his name, Katie? Vince Donald. He flat out told me, it's because it's you we doing this.
Yeah, it definitely seems personal. Like your attorney said, it seems targeted. In my town, I know where the police know who's been in jail, who's been arrested. They tend to build a rapport with these types of so-called criminals. A lot of them just victimless criminals committing crimes that don't hurt anybody. So do you believe that you were targeted? That's what your attorney said, but is that what you believe? Did you know this officer? Had you had rapport with him before?
Listen, let me explain something to you, what we found out today. And this was so ironic about it. On my last arrest a couple years ago, he was the arresting officer, or one of the arresting officers, okay? Do you know who the arresting officer for when Jeremy Newell called his original charge? Check this out.
Who?
Officer Estep and Officer Denny.
And who are they?
Those are the two cops that were in the film. Officer Estep and Officer Denny were the two cops that arrested Jeremy Newell. So they know exactly who he is, and they knew I wasn't him.
Wow.
Yeah, all that came out today. They're working as a team. And Detective Westmill.
Welcome to Ohio.
Wow, this rabbit hole goes pretty deep. And I imagine this isn't the end of the story. Now, hopefully, lawsuits happen. I'd like to see some accountability, more than just this officer fired. Let's talk about what justice would look like to you, Andre, when we come back. We're going to take a trip to the market. This is CopBlock Radio. You can call in, share your stories, 413-418-COPS.
On LRN LRN.FM, we talk a lot about alternative currencies.
All right, you hanging in there, Andre?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, great. We got a 4-minute break. Dio, Scott, you guys all right?
Yep.
All right. We connected in just the nick of time. And all right, I'm going to take this break, get some water, and I'll be back at 10:20 p.m. Eastern. We will be back live.
Right on.
All right.
If you're looking for work, you know the math. There are many more applicants than openings, so you need to stand out, not blend into the blah, blah, blah your interviewer is hearing from your competition. Here's a tip. In your interview, you will be judged more by the questions you ask than the answers you give. Yes, do anticipate the obvious job interview questions and prepare concise, insightful, glass half full sounding responses. And you should interview your interviewer. Seem genuinely curious about what will help get results. With money and attention so scarce now, effective communication skills
I have Dio muted from you.
more important. You want to
there you go. Now you guys can talk to each other.
Are you guys listening to the commercials?
And making
I am.
all the other
Yeah.
So one of the best questions I've ever asked in an interview. Anything that would prevent you from hiring me for this job. And like whenever I have an interview and I ask that question, people just like look at me like, where the fuck did that come from? But it's actually like because I've.
What's the question you ask?
Is there anything that would prevent you from hiring me for this position? Like if I'm being interviewed, if I'm trying to get a new job, I always ask that. And it kind of like gives the people like a throws them for a loop.
If you have to smoke pot at work, we can't hire you.
If you were going to do some serious drugs in front of our customers or whoever,
that's going to be a problem. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then we're good. When do I start?
You got. I'm like, well, I mean, can we negotiate here? Like, is that like cast? Is that written in stone?
Is it a hard and fast rule?
Yeah.
What do you guys? You bend that on Fridays, right?
How lenient are you guys on that one?
You know, also, I wanted to let you know, also in Timberlake, Ohio, today, they had the sentencing for the chief of police for this fucking corruption shit, and they sentenced his ass, so.
Oh, what's that story about?
There's some more accountability in Ohio. It's Timberlake, Ohio. You give me a second.
Man, Ohio is crazy. Beaver Creek.
What's going on over there?
This episode is just all Ohio all the time.
Do you remember, like, 2 months ago, everything was New Mexico?
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens in waves like that. Albuquerque was going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, Albuquerque's always crazy. Their police department's nuts.
Yeah, this here Timberlake, Ohio, the chief of police, he was sentenced to 6 months in jail for stealing $24,000 from the taxpayers, and he's got a co-defendant, Timberlake officer Carrie Murray, who was sentenced to 70 days for taking $8,696 from them, plus $2,900 in unemployment compensation she should not have received.
Well,
oh yeah. There's a picture there of her crying like a little bucking bitch.
You're gonna ruin my life.
Yeah. How's it feel?
I hope so, bitch.
Yeah, how's it feel?
Oh, is that the judge that you were talking about? That old judge?
Yeah, she was the one that was like, "You're gonna ruin my life."
Right.
Somebody different.
All right, we're coming back.
You can interact with other LRN listeners on our message board at forum.lrn.fm. That's forum.lrn.fm.
CopBlock Radio. You are listening live at LRN.FM. You can take control. 413-418-COPS gets you on the air. You can also send a Skype contact request to CopBlockRadio. We're on live with Andre Stockett, who was making headlines all week because he was arrested in a unique fashion. He decided to take out a video camera and record what was happening during a traffic stop. Andre, you are back live with us. And how are you holding up since the incident? When was it, first of all? Was it last week?
Yeah, actually, a week ago today.
And are hurt, bruised, any damages while you were arrested?
Nah, nah, not at all. I mean, they he stepped me up a little bit, man. But he was actually pretty respectful once he got me out of the car. You know what I'm saying?
Were you surprised?
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I had a warrior's mentality when I was sitting in that car. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was ready to die that day. To be honest with you, on some real shit, I was ready to die, bro. Because I got tired.
Because of some other stuff, or because of the incident?
Because of the incident itself. No, I ain't suicidal, bro. I love myself. I'm a very arrogant person. I love myself now. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it was just, I just got fed up with the situation as far as them. I'm a very strong person and father, and I take control of my household and my family. And I don't appreciate when another man or anybody comes and tells my woman or what my child to do. You know what I'm saying? So that day I was like, you know what, they're going to have to kill me today because we ain't getting out this car. I know my rights and y'all ain't about to get this off. So when I got out the car, you know what I'm saying, I complied completely. But he know, come on, man. I ain't no punk neither.
Well, hey, I wish I could say I know my rights, but with all the crazy laws, I do the best I can, but I really don't. I don't know all of the laws, and I don't know if I'm obligated when I'm in Ohio to tell an officer my name or my address or any sort of random information he requires of me. All I know is, as a human being, it just feels wrong that some random guy can just walk up to your window and say, tell me who you are. And if you don't, he's going to take you away, your kids away, your friends, your family. He's going to take your freedom, your possessions. I mean, what kind of world is it when one person has that much power?
Yeah, he threatened to take your kid away, right? He threatened to have CPS come and take the kid away, right?
Listen, man, be honest with you, bro. You got to understand how the world is going, man. When I mean, I'm one of them people, man. I do a lot of study on conspiracy theories and things of that nature. And once the Patriot Act was signed, man, it took away all our civil liberties, all of them.
I say it goes all the way back to when the Constitution was signed. That's what took away all our freedoms.
We can go back that far. But it was really put in effect in 2001, man, when the buildings fell. You know what I'm saying? That gave the government the power to do whatever they wanted to do. So what they in turn do, they train their police officers in military tactics, man. It's turning into a police state. It's more than obvious. I don't know why. I seem like I'm the only one that be screaming that, but it's more than obvious, man, that we're going to have curfews. We're going to be alive.
You and the listeners of CopBlock Radio. I want to go through this video with you. Can we play the video and have you interject? I want to interject. Well, let's watch this again, just so that we've got this on the episode. Here's the video from start to finish. It's a 7-minute video, right? This Andre Stockett and Sandusky police from the Sandusky Register. Do they have the full video?
The Register, yeah. This is the you know what? You'd be better off just going on my YouTube.
Okay, what's your YouTube?
This is Andre Stockett.
And did you do activism like this before? Had you recorded video of police and uploaded it to your YouTube channel? Is that something you typically do?
Never, man. Listen, I was just like watching them. When my lawyer told me to educate myself, man, like even prior to that, I start watching how to conduct yourself when police pull you over. I started to watch them on YouTube, and this is one white guy. I remember the first one I watched was an older white guy with a black cop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he let his window down a tad bit, handed out his information, and told you, I don't answer any questions.
Yeah, I don't answer any questions.
And it amazed me because it's legal. You don't have to. And you know what I'm saying? So no, I've never uploaded anything like that before because I've always been trying to let the police do their job and get out the way so I can go and handle my business because I know I'm doing dead wrong. But I wasn't wrong. I wasn't doing no wrong. That's the real reason why I stood my ground like that, because I hadn't done anything wrong, man.
I hear you, and I wish more people would do exactly what you did, is take out your video phone or whatever you've got and record what's happening. Like you said, this happened to you a week prior, and no one knew about it. There were no news stories. There was no headlines until you take out your video phone and record these police interactions. There's not going to be any news stories about it. So I really appreciate that you had the courage to take out your phone and record these criminals. Here's the video. Let's play this, and feel free to interject at any moment when you have something to say. This is from the Sandusky Register.
Over by the Sandusky Police Department for absolutely no reason. They're checking to see if my girl's license is valid, and we all know that it's valid. It doesn't take this long to check on it.
At this point,
they called another officer here.
How long had you been waiting before you started recording, Andre?
Okay, when he first came to the car, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I thought he was gonna ask her name, find out her license valid. We was gonna be on our way. Okay. Yeah. Well, what he did was he asked her name, got her license.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Hey man, what's your name?" I said, "I'm not answering any questions."
That's right.
That's exactly what I told him.
Yep.
I'm not answering any questions.
Yep.
So he said, "Okay," and he walked back to the car. We sat in the car 15, 20 minutes. Not even that. No, you know what? We didn't sit in the car that long. It was about 10, 15 minutes.
It feels like a long time when they take your license and then go back there and like make you wait.
Right. So by that time, in 3 minutes, bro, the other officer pulled up with the K9. And when that happened, that's when I pulled my phone out.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So that's when we start recording. And here we'll resume the video.
With the K9, and they don't have a right to search my car. They don't have probable cause. So I'm about to let their ass have it. So I'm recording all of this.
This is like the battle that you're talking about, right? Your weapon is your camera.
Yeah. No, my weapon is my knowledge of the law.
Oh, good luck.
In my life. Thank God it was charged. I got no 3. You know they stay dead.
Yeah. They'll waste your time. All right, so here he is walking towards you, walking towards the car. You're in the passenger seat, and he's coming up. He's coming up to your window now.
Oh no! For what?
Now we're gonna have to take a step away for a moment, but when we come back, we're gonna finish up this video and get Andre's commentary on what exactly was happening and what parts of the video that we can't see on this YouTube video. We'll be back. We take your calls, 413-418-COPS.
Are you drinking too much and it's destroying your life? If you're ready to quit drinking, we have a real solution for you.
All right. Everyone good? Mm-hmm. All right. Good. How's everything going, Andre? Do we have you for the whole hour? I don't even think I even asked you how long we have you on. Can we have you on for the whole first hour?
Let me explain something to you, bro. I'm sitting here celebrating.
Good.
I got a stick rolled up.
All right.
Nice.
I'll celebrate with you.
I got, you know what I mean, a stick rolled up. I got, you know what I'm saying, got a little cognac, and I'm just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Relaxing, man. And look, as soon as I found out that they put this Trump on administrative leave, I called I was out, and it was so crazy. I was walking the streets, bro, knocking on doors, passing out flyers for this rally. You know, because I'm dead serious now.
What rally? What's the rally called?
Yeah, we got to talk about that, man.
Oh, the rally. We having a Know Your Rights rally at the Sandusky Police Department.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Dio, are you still on the line with us?
Yes, I am.
Aren't you in Sandusky?
I'm in Cleveland.
Cleveland. Why do I always get confused about that? I don't know. Sandusky's far.
We about an hour away from there.
Yeah, it's not that far. We're going to see each other Saturday, that's for sure.
Oh, my man. Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Who's Sandusky CopBlock?
Robert Medley.
Hey, you know what? I'm actually talking to Robert right now. He's listening right now. Shout out to Robert Medley, man. He was the first, I think he probably was like the first person from CopBlock I talked to. Who reached out to me. So special shout out to that dude, man, because I really wouldn't even hip to y'all until he hit me to y'all, man. And y'all actually are the reason why I've actually turned. I feel like I am an activist now, bro.
You are. You're part
You
of
got thrown right in the mix,
Yep.
man. You are like the activist of the month, maybe the year.
Bro.
You're now part of Sandusky CopBlock, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what the difference is though between me and a lot of these dudes? I'm only 34. I'm still young. I ain't like Al Sharpton. I speak the language of the people. You know what I'm saying? So when they see me, it's like, oh, there you go. So it's either two things with me. It's either fuck that nigga or fuck that nigga.
like that.
That needs to be a soundbite.
Straight up, bro.
That's great.
Yeah, hey,
That was awesome.
pick up the rally on Saturday too, so so people know.
Hey, I'm definitely gonna plug that. Hey, I'm on my second stick, man. Hey,
Motherfucker, man. Save some for Saturday, please.
hey,
Dia's dying.
Hey, you know what's so crazy about it, bro? I'd be so scared to after the shit first happened, I knew they was lying. Bro, I was like scared to get high. I didn't even want to smoke no weed. I'm like, man, babe, I can't even smoke no more. She's like, why? I was like, cuz, man, if I get caught with some weed or get caught pissing in the streets, they're gonna say, told you.
Yeah, that is something to watch out for.
Bro, listen, I'm peaceful now. So when you see me, I'm talking about some positive shit. And that's all I represent now, man.
Well, that's good. I'm peaceful too, but that doesn't mean I won't enjoy a peace pipe.
Oh yeah, no. Shit,
They aren't always peaceful.
Hey, bro, I got children, man. So I got to do something to offset all that bullshit.
Yeah, I am there.
You know what I'm saying?
You just need some medicine.
Oh yeah, that's all. That's all.
All right, let me take my medicine, and we're coming back in 15 seconds.
Campaign at amp.freetalklive.com. That's amp.freetalklive.com. If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
CopBlock Radio badges do not grant extra rights. You're listening live at LRN.FM. Scott, Dio, Andre, and Derek J here with you tonight. We'll also take your calls, 413-418-COPS or Skype CopBlockRadio. This from the Sandusky Register. Sandusky cop stop causes stir. Suspect used cell phone to record dispute with police. Vows to take obstruction charge to trial. We've got that story, but we've also got that man on the line. Andre Stockett joins us live. Hey, Andre.
Right.
So we're going through this video of your traffic stop and sort of making commentary as we go. Let's just resume. The cop has come right over to your window. It looks like your window is cracked maybe about an inch or two, enough just to speak, but maybe he can't reach his hand in. Is that strategic in any way?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. Because look, one thing for sure, two things for certain, man. They always looking for a reason to be able to justify their bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So what I learned is, you know what I'm saying? You always keep both your hands visible. Let the window down enough to where they can't smell nothing or anything coming out the car. I don't put a bunch of air fresheners in my window, none of that, because that's all reason for them to pull you over. So you always got to think about the shit that they do to try to get their bullshit off. So I let that window down just a tad bit, just in case he wanted to punch me in the face or something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he on for real. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I know he the police, but he a man like I am.
All right.
And I know he feeling disrespected because I'm not complying with none of the shit he's saying. So he wanna touch me for real. But nah, I ain't gonna let you get that off, bro. You got to bust through this window to get in my face, Jack.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. You know, both of your honor has sort of been damaged here. You know, I think yours rightfully, you actually have honor. He's just got pretend honor, and you know, by you not obeying him, he gets really offended. Anyway, let's continue with this and watch him get all angry at you as he can't do what he wants with you.
You look exactly like a person that has warrants, okay?
No, but that's not me.
Okay, then you can ID yourself.
No, I don't have to ID myself.
Yes, you do. If you like
I do not have to ID myself. I'm not answering none of your questions.
Sir.
I'm not answering any questions. That's every black man.
Unlock the door, ma'am.
Who? I'm not under arrest for anything. I don't have to ID myself. I haven't done anything wrong. What are we here for?
Mr. Newell.
Okay, so I'm going to pause here because he says at this point you do, because now you're under arrest. And when you're under arrest, now I guess different rules apply. You're the know your rights guy. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you happen to know, is there any different legal distinction when you're under arrest versus when you're just a passenger in a car?
Flat out, period, point blank. Once he said it, I'm under arrest. I have the right to remain silent. Flat out. And I'm not about to speak on anything, which is why, the Fourth Amendment, I ain't gonna speak on. Now I'm going to the Fifth Amendment. I'm not gonna speak on anything that can incriminate myself anyway.
Yeah, great point. And not enough people invoke the Fifth Amendment. I mean, it's so powerful to remain silent.
They think it's safe for court.
Hey, silence is the loudest sound, man.
Yeah, that's a great point. All right, let's continue with the video.
Wait,
I'm not.
Wait, what you got, Scott?
Didn't he just address you by name?
Mr. Newell. He said.
He addressed you by name.
Mr. Newell, get out of the car.
Yeah, Newell is not his name.
I'm not Mr. Newell, I'm Mr. Stockton, but see, that's the trick to it. That's why I got.
Sorry about that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he was trying to play a trick. And I saw that in the first viewing of this video, Andre. I was like, oh, is he trying to pull something here? Yeah, he totally was. All right, let's listen.
Mr. Newell. I'm not Mr. Newell. What's your name, sir?
Officer Denny.
Officer Denny. I've done nothing wrong. You have no probable cause. No, I'm not coming outside the car. I'm scared for my life. I'm not. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken the law. I haven't done anything. I don't have to get out the car. I don't have to tell you who I am. I haven't done anything.
Okay, it's a lawful stop.
Okay.
Understand that.
All right.
It's a lawful stop.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You match the exact description.
It doesn't make any difference. I'm not him, and I'm not answering any more of your questions. So if she's done, if she's valid, can we go?
Go ahead and run the dog around the
no, you can't. I do not consider.
All right. So this is where he's trying to throw his dick around. He's like, oh, okay, this is how you're going to be. You're going to invoke your rights. You're going to remain silent and invoke the Fifth Amendment. Well, I'm going to fucking run a dog around your car. So deal with that. Because he was hoping he's going to find something, and then he's going to be able to charge you with all sorts of other victimless crimes, like maybe having the wrong piece of vegetation in your back pocket. And then he's he gets to throw his dick around and say, I put you in a cage. I'm the bigger man, and I earn a paycheck being a criminal to people. This is horrible. These types of people, I'm so glad you recorded this. It makes me so angry. Sorry, man. I don't mean to just go off like this, but when I see him saying, all right, well, then I'm going to throw a dog around your car. Well, what's going through your mind at that point, Andre?
Absolutely nothing, man. You wasting your time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Everybody said he acted nervous and acted guilty. How the hell I'm acting guilty talking to the police like that? Any motherfucker who lived the life that I've lived, you trying to get the hell out the police way. So you ain't got to cuss the police out. So when he pulled the dog out, I know he gonna do that anyway. When he pulled the dog out, I'm like, all right, man, it's whatever, man. I ain't scared of that damn dog, man. I don't want the dog scratching on my car, man. We just
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about a goddamn thing. And check this. I really ain't getting out the car. Now you got that dog out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't in fear for your life before, now you've got a German Shepherd who's barking out there. Yeah. Well, that's really inviting.
No. You ain't hear that German Shepherd bark now one time, bro.
Oh, right. Well, I'm not saying he barked. I'm just saying they're scary dogs. So, I don't want to go outside. All right, let's continue with this video.
You don't have to.
Yes, I do.
She was driving the headlights off before she pulled in there.
Yes, I do. I do not consent to a search. Yes, listen. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. It's illegal.
Yes, I can.
This is illegal.
Okay.
This is illegal. What's your name? Let your window up. What's your name? Okay. I have a 2-week-old baby back here. I have a 2-week-old baby back here.
Okay, sir.
And now you're about to bring the fucking dog over here.
It's a valid traffic stop.
It don't make no difference. Yes, have you found out if she's valid?
Yeah, she is valid.
Okay, so what are we still doing here?
Because right now it's a valid traffic stop.
So what are we still doing here? If she's valid, what are we still doing here?
Yep.
Good question.
It's illegal.
No,
you have no right. You have to have probable cause. You have to have probable cause. You have to have probable cause.
I do.
No, you don't. What's probable cause?
I want to fuck with you. That's what.
Dog around the vehicle.
How is that probable cause?
Just because I feel like it. I fuck with you. I'm going to throw a dog around. He even admitted that the traffic stop was, you know, everything was valid. Her license and everything was fine. So why was he still bothering you? What was it really about?
Man, because, man, they thought I had something on me, man.
He thought he was going to score something.
Listen, my lawyer explained it so well to me today. He said, the chief of police, he had a conversation with him on this. He said, you have like 25 cops that are old as shit and 25 cops that are young as shit, okay? And the youngest shit cops are real zealous, you know what I'm saying? They're overzealous. They try to make a point, prove a point, you know what I'm saying? And he's one of them. So, you know, it's the crazy thing about it, man. Dude a piece of work, man. Dude a piece of work, and he's an idiot for real. And I ain't trying to bash nobody, but when you talk yourself in a circle like that, with me, you can't win. It's over for you. I am about to tear your ass up. Once I catch you in one lie, I'm about to expose everything you talking about.
All right, let's continue with this video.
That's not probable cause, sir.
Because of her nervousness and you know.
Her nervousness?
No.
She's not being nervous.
Hold on a second.
She's not being.
Yep.
I want you to understand this. Do you know how many times the police use that suspect look nervous? They say that about everybody. Suspect looks nervous, which gives them probable cause to search you. That justifies the search. Even a lot of times the search be illegal. Oh, we're gonna break.
Yep, but that sounds like bullshit. They're justifying their own existence, saying, oh, hey, I walked up to this guy with a gun, and he got nervous, so he must be suspicious. No, it's bullshit. They're criminals, they're scary dudes, and I don't need them. This is CopBlock Radio.
Hey, I like this. I like CopBlock Radio.
Who does things that the government might not like.
You're welcome anytime, man. Derek is like fired up tonight.
Dude, I'm pissed.
Derek is.
Hey, how you get done? I think we got to order some Domino's, man. I'm hungry in a motherfucker.
We got a special comment for you, Andre. Someone in the chat says, you should make Andre a regular host. He's keeping it real.
Hey, man. Hey, look. I'm having fun, man. Hey,
yeah, it is a call-in show, so any Wednesday night where you're feeling like, hey, why don't I give CopBlock guys an update on what's going on? Call in. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, let us know what's going on with your case and things like that, man. We definitely want to know if you're having problems.
Well, when we talk about the case itself, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure we on air.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Why will you call Domino's every time? They got that old weird stoic sounding dude telling you the specials. That shit don't sound appealing.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
You sound
I
like
do it online.
Sound like Ben Stein. You order food. That shit don't even sound right. Hey, you know what's crazy, y'all? Earlier today, right? I go into fucking Wendy's and loud as hell, some chick that's working in the back says some shit like, I just started my period today. I said, man, she really just, I swear to God.
Well, that's nice.
Walk right out of there.
You should have said congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats, you're not pregnant.
Should have asked her if it's her first one.
You gonna go pick these up?
The commentary during the breaks is 10 times better than on the show.
That's like just your opinion, man.
And what we got to drink in there? Pop in the refrigerator. I mean, in the truck. Go get that crush out the truck. Hey, yeah, can I place the order for
Congressman busted for cocaine, voted for drug testing food stamp recipients.
Hey, hold on. Let me check. Hey, you know what's crazy? My name's so hot right now. I'm like way scared to order this pizza.
Yeah, they know who it's delivered to.
No, I mean they know who right now. So like I'm ordering pizza right now. She's like, "Is this for stock?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Like, no, this is for John.
You gotta make names up, make some shit up.
This is for Dio.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey Dio.
This is for Sandusky.
What, did we lose you on the last call?
Yeah.
Let me reconnect with both you and Andre. Hang tight.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Need them louder, Kings. Thin crust.
Hey, Andre, I'm gonna reconnect so we get a stronger connection. I'll be right back. You still there, Scott?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Loan debt they incurred to pay for his college education.
I mean, this is going to be really hard on my parents.
American Horror
When I was
Stories.
in college, I just assumed that, they would pay off my student loans within a few years of me graduating. But I never
Darn, I don't
realized how
see him.
expensive
I
college was
lost
going to
him.
be for them.
Wallace, who graduated with a film studies degree in
Andre's
2012 and has since had 2 unpaid internships, told
Have you
reporters
talked to
that from
Eric
the way
recently?
prevailing
I haven't
interest
heard
rates are
from him.
trending,
No, I haven't heard
his
from him in
parents
a
would
while.
easily be paying off his debt for the next quarter century.
They're going to be paying for the rest of their lives. And on top of it all, they have to help me
So
out with my
I
rent,
was up this
too.
morning for work. I did it
It
early,
sucks.
and I was like in the middle of this
Really
meeting,
sucks.
and I walked out and checked.
Hang
out
tight,
the
we're coming back.
News Network. You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how.
Yeah.
Hey, Dio, we're coming back.
Broadcast.lrn.fm.
CopBlock Radio, 413-418-COP, to get your questions in for Andre Stockett. He's the man who recorded a traffic stop in Sandusky, Ohio, when cops went a little crazy over seemingly nothing. It looks like they were targeting him. He's got some information he's revealed with us about why he thinks he was targeted and what you can do to protect yourself if the police stop you and want to search your car with dogs. We've got the video and we're going through it here. Let's return to the video, which is titled Andre Stockett and Sandusky Police, if you're looking it up online.
Nervous.
I'm upset. You have my son in the
I got a 2-week-old son back here and y'all fucking with us. Yes, you are, man. This is illegal. Get the fuck. Got the fucking dog on my car, man.
It's not your car. It's hers.
No, make no difference. Okay, then, so can we leave? Are we under arrest? Are we being detained? Are we being detained? Man, I'm not
Uh-oh, the
stepping out
dog
of
hit
nothing.
on
The
it
dog ain't hit
now.
on nothing, man. No,
That's
No.
what he claims.
Okay.
it's not happening.
More traffic or what?
What? What is it? Traffic or what?
It wasn't to me.
Okay.
Normal traffic or what?
All right. So I'm not getting out the car. The dog didn't hit on a goddamn thing. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You don't have the right to search my car.
And the narcotic dog hit on the car.
Man, narcotic dog ain't hit on this car, man. You full of shit. No, do not step out the car. No. No. We don't have to get out the car.
baby is not about to be taken.
We don't have to get out the car.
This
No.
baby is not about to be taken. from
What?
place.
Children will go to children's service.
For what? For what?
Because everything right now is legal. You were driving on
No.
the red light before you pulled in there.
No, man, are you serious, man? When?
Been on the
When?
playground.
What are you talking about? You said you pulled her over.
I watched you.
Watch.
All right, so it sounds like you are really starting to lose your cool at that moment where he's saying, get out of the car. And what do you do? Why are where's your head at?
Man, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know what happened, man. We got disconnected.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. That was my fault over here. But so the cop says to get out of the car, and here, let's just back that up a couple of seconds. Here he goes.
Your children will go to children's service.
For what? For what?
Because everything right now is legal. You were driving on
No.
the red light before you pulled in there.
No, man, are you serious, man? When?
Been on the
When?
playground.
What are you talking about? You said you pulled her over.
I watched
Okay, right
So
there.
yeah,
All right. Oh, you know why I was so mad?
because he says he was going to take your kids.
No. That ain't why I was mad. I know you can't take my kids. I know that. And you cannot. I know that. I was mad because I caught him in his first lie. That was the first lie right there. That's the first lie, and it pissed me off. Dude, you can't do shit with my kid. Listen.
He was trying to scare you. He was trying to put a fear into you that I better comply with this dude because if I don't, he's going to take my kids away.
Cops are allowed.
Isn't that
to
what he
lie.
wanted?
That's exactly what he was doing.
That's what he was doing. But he know that wasn't gonna work with me. He threw that out there because see, actually, it was Detective West was the first one who said that. But you don't even see Detective West. He on the other side, on Katie's side. He's the one that starts saying stuff about children's services. Then E-Step said something, and then that's what Dude got to talking children's services. But the other two was talking to Katie, talking about children's services. All you could hear was him talking about it, but they was in the other window doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So by that time, I'm already up on game. Y'all can't take my baby, period, point blank, man. It's 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. You ain't about to get nowhere in touch with children's services. It's not possible. Come on, leave me alone, bro. But I caught you in your first lie.
We only got 2 minutes left on this video. Should we watch the rest of it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Go ahead.
Here it goes.
Watch too. I'm not driving. Okay, so why the lights got to be on?
What do you mean why the lights have to be on?
Why do it's not dark out.
Do you see the sun beam?
What are you talking about? The sun?
Yeah, I see the sun right behind this guy's face.
You can't even see the guy's face for the fucking sun in the camera.
But what lights were on? What are you talking about? His cop lights?
What you mean? The lights was on?
Yeah. What were you talking about when you were like, why does the lights have to be on?
Because they said her headlights wasn't on. Her lights was on. Her headlights was on. You can see the dashboard lit up.
Oh, they were saying her lights had to be on? Like, the sun is right in front of his face. Wow. All right. That's ridiculous.
Bro, that down? Hold on a second.
Oh, sure.
Let me give you some more game.
Yeah.
In Ohio, the law is you have 30 minutes after dusk to be able to travel without your lights on. And how you figure out dusk is the time that the almanac says that the time sets.
Right.
So on that day, we got pulled over. He flipped us at 7 o'clock. You know, it's still kind of summertime, so the sun don't go down till 8. So you see, till 9. So therefore, the sun set at, guess what time? 7:15. So we had all the way to 7:45 to not even have our lights on.
Yeah.
But our lights on. The lights were on, so I knew he was lying. So I knew I had him. That's when I knew I had him. That's one of many lies that he tells in this video, and good for you for recording it, because it otherwise would just be your word against his. But now we can see the lies for themselves. Let's continue.
Man, it's bullshit. No, I'm not getting out the car.
I'm getting out.
No, do not get out the car. They can't do nothing to you. No. They can't do nothing to you. They can't listen, they're trying to scare you. They can't do nothing to you. Explain what to me?
The whole situation already explained.
Listen, this is illegal.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You don't have to get out the car. Don't worry about it.
Later if you want to.
Excuse me? Lock the doors. Like, what are you doing? You can't get in my car, man.
That part gave me chills.
Lock the doors.
When you lock the doors, I've been there. When police have opened up my car door during a traffic stop, you know, at multiple occasions without my permission, I now know to lock the door. But when that happens, I mean, it's like
no.
Your gut.
No, bro.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. See, everybody says you only get to see one angle of everything or whatever. Let me tell you why I said lock the door. And I said, hey, man, you can get in my car. Okay, now Detective West is there by now. You know what I'm saying? He's there. And E-Step, you know, they got that little, I don't know what them little black things they have where they can touch your window and shatter your window.
Yeah. I've seen those. Horrifying.
He had that out and was about to bust her window, bro.
Oh my God.
Her window. That's what I said. With the baby in the back. So, bro, that's when I was ready to die. When right there, if that would have happened, bro, I'd have been the next one on the t-shirt.
Oh my God.
They'd have had to put me on the t-shirt because I can't go out like that. No way. I'd have lost my mind right there, bro. He was about to bust the window out till I said that. And then you notice I turned the camera right after that. I said, what's your name, sir? Keep it playing. Go ahead, play it.
Here we go.
What are you doing? No, I'm not getting out. I'm not. We're not getting out. Are we under arrest? Are we under arrest? Are we under arrest? Are we under arrest? Obstructing what? What are we obstructing?
Now you're obstructing, delaying an investigation.
What investigation?
What I just told you.
What investigation is there?
What I just told you.
Man, no. No.
Okay, well,
non-responsive.
How?
Because I Explain to you.
How my child going to children's services?
Okay?
How's she going to children? How you going? I'm not getting out the car. For what?
Then everyone's getting arrested.
Do it for what? When am I getting out? For
You're all
what?
going. That's it. I've
What am
had
I being
it.
arrested for?
Valid traffic stop. The dog hit on the car.
The dog did not hit on the car, man.
Take that up in court.
The dog ain't hitting on the car, man.
And you don't
Unbelievable.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah.
That's another thing that we need to address, man. The way they be playing motherfuckers with them dogs, man. Hey, they get that dog. Listen, they done searched me 3 times, bro. That is the 3rd time right there. And every single time they say the dog hits on the car. Do you know what this guy had an audacity to tell me? He said, well, you could have smoked some weed in the car 2-3 weeks ago and the dog would still pick up on the scent.
Bullshit.
I said, man, I said, bro, that ain't even human nature. That ain't even genetics. I was like, so this is what we do then. When you have a prisoner escape from prison, why don't you just send the dogs out? They can smell him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They need to change the law on the way that they be able to get them dogs. They, like protocol, and they broke protocol also, bro. You're supposed to call your superior officer anytime the dog is being called to increase public relations in the city of Sandusky. Bro, I'm up on game. You feel me? I'm up on game. I be up on everything. I study all that.
Wow. Dogs is a huge scam, the whole thing.
Biggest scam in the game, bro.
Unfortunately, we're almost out of time. Tell us about the rally that you're doing this weekend.
Okay, check this. We're doing a rally this Saturday at noon at the Sandusky Police Department, right on the front lawn. This is a peaceful gathering just to show the police we the people.
Noon at the Sandusky Police Department. It's been Andre Stockett. Look him up on YouTube. Noon this Saturday, Sandusky Police Department. Big rally. Be there. CopBlockRadio.
Man, listen.
Sorry, I had to cut you off a little bit there, but we were coming up on the break.
Together with others who think like you. I'm doing a radio interview like right now.
Activists are joining the Free State Project.
No, it's cool. We're all good. We're done.
20,000 participants, and they're already making the move to New Hampshire. The successes are piling up.
Huh?
We're good,
I'm
right?
at the, bro, I'm chilling. Man, I'm done, bro.
I'm gonna try and get reconnected. Here's hey Dio.
Hey.
Dude, you're bouncing back and forth, man.
Yeah, what's going on? What do you want? A crappy connection?
I have no idea what the hell's going on. I got the Wi-Fi on the phone and shit. I don't know.
Plug your phone into the wall.
Plug it into the wall.
I don't know. I don't know what will make it work. But okay, this is very good.
Oh, on purpose of talking about me behind my back. That's what it is.
Yeah, on radio. So I've got news stories for the rest of the segment. We asked Andre if he could be on for the first whole hour, and he was very generous with his time. I've got a couple of news stories. I figure you guys have a few as well. We could toss those around for the rest of the show.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we got enough here.
All right, very good. I want to do mine next.
Which one?
It's fake pirate mocks road pirate. Yeah, you saw that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
What's the booty today, matey?
I want to do that because it's like, well, we'll talk about it later. But yes, there's that, and I hope you've got some. I've got some other stuff, but my plate is not as loaded up as it normally is.
Did you see the okra?
That's okay.
Okra thing.
What?
Did you see the one with the guy was growing okra?
No.
Yeah.
Plus,
like okra's. Go ahead.
This episode should be all Ohio all the time because we've got Beaver Creek. We've got Beaver Creek people.
Really needs to get talked about too because they said the last I heard from them, they were talking about that the fucking the police chief met with the protesters and then they kicked them all out of the like the lobby and whatnot, and then they were all sitting outside the front of the door of the place and they seen them like getting ready in riot gear and shit like that. So, you know, and then Virgil had the last thing he actually tweeted was that they were they looked like they were getting all dressed in the riot gear. Now they're just standing around drinking coffee. So you know, I don't know what exactly is going on over there at the at right now. Virgil would know better.
Virgil was calling the Peace News Now number.
Yeah.
I just saw his message on Facebook. I don't keep Facebook open when we're live because it goes like bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
So like I turned it off and unfortunately missed his message. I hope we're still able to get in touch with him.
You want me to try? I can try to Facebook message him myself and try to get him to call into the show.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay. You're welcome to do that as well.
No, if he's answering you and whatnot, keep talking to him.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, well then I'll try him too.
Cool. I might have his phone number. Let me check.
Yeah, I actually do too.
Oh, you do? Great. Well, give him a call.
All right. Yeah, because I want to disconnect from this and try to reconnect, see if it makes it any better. Anyway.
Good.
Okay. All right. I'll call right back.
Okay.
All right.
What are you being for Halloween, Scott?
I'm not, man. I'm not too. I have no plans.
You're so offended by that question.
Dude, I'm usually all about
I'm not.
Halloween. I just, dude, I've had some pretty good Halloween costumes. You know the movie, you know the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Oh, were you?
I was Hunter S. Thompson, and I shaved my head.
No way! Oh, that's great.
Derek.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's
really
really
I should have
fun.
won an award besides the Drunky McGee.
That's what you won?
I just got really, really, really drunk. I just had to play the part, man. You gotta go all in.
Well,
go all in.
This is good. While we're getting connected with Virgil, I want to make sure that we close off. Andre has not responded to my to my messages, so I want to connect with him on Skype and thank him for being on and say goodnight.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Trying to do that now. And I have to go run and fill up my glass of water before we come back from break. So if he comes on, will you pass the message along for me? Thanks.
Totally.
No luck? What's up?
Dude,
oh, here he is. He's calling.
All right.
Hey, Andre.
Yo.
Hey, man. Thanks so much for being on. I just wanted to thank you for being so generous with your time. Hope to have you on again in the future, and just wanted to say thanks again.
Man, appreciate it, man. Hey, anytime, man. If I ain't got nothing else to do now, I definitely sit down and chop with you.
Excellent. Well, we do this.
Man, thank you.
Oh, Dio. Sorry.
Hey,
thanks for connecting with us, but you put Andre on hold. Just hang tight.
Okay.
We'll put you back on. All right. Well, I appreciate it, Andre. Thanks again. And we do this every Wednesday, so we'll be in touch. I appreciate it. See you, man.
All right, peace. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, Derek, I was saying, dude, some other 18-year-old got shot in Ferguson by the cops today, like just now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Please report that story.
I don't have much here. There's just Josie posted something.
Use the internet.
The interwebs.
Use the internet, Luke.
High school junior. Gun pulled on the 4 witnesses. They said, move or I'll shoot you.
All right, we were just talking to Dio. Why is he not connecting now? Come on, man. Answer. We're going to be live in 30 seconds.
It
Local news, a run-over squirrel is remembered as frantic and indecisive. And in other news, a trail of
hang up
rose
and try
petals
again.
leads a wife to a sink full of dishes. Prince Fielder reports to spring training exactly the right amount overweight, and a local yard sale reeks of divorce. If you don't hear the sound of my voice the same time next week, alert my family and then visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
CopBlock Radio. We are live for the second hour here this 11 p.m. Wednesday, October 8th, 2014. I'm broadcasting from Keene, the Liberty Media capital of the world. On the other ends of the inner tubes with me here tonight, we have Scott.
Hey, the inner tubes now?
Yes.
We're not on the web or the wires.
From my understanding, it's a series of tubes.
It's tubes. Is it tubular?
And sometime we will have Dio on the line. He's having a weird Wi-Fi connection evening. He must not have treated his Wi-Fi too kindly. So, but I've got news stories to share with you. This fake pirate mocked a road pirate this week. Oh, but first we're getting one of your calls. Let's take it. Okay, caller from the 937 area code. I'm not sure if that's Ohio or not. Hopefully this is Virgil calling from the Beaver Creek Police Department. But we are connecting this call from the 937 area code. Go ahead with your thoughts. I don't know. I'm not hearing anything, so we'll wait for them to get connected. It still says answering. Not quite sure what that means. While we wait for them, let's turn to the freethoughtproject.com, who reports this story. Traffic stop turns into hilarious comedy skit as driver channels a pirate. This from Matt Agarist on October 3rd, just a little less than a week ago. He says, "We've seen great videos in the past of drivers flexing their rights when pulled over. But this video, this is something brand new. And why don't I just play the clip for you, and then we'll talk about it. Take a listen. Is it Okay, so from this angle, we can see a video camera is recording from the passenger side of a car. You can see the window.
You got me. Unfortunately, yes, sir. Everything is showing expired. But what's the booty today that you're collecting? I couldn't begin to tell you what to find. They don't tell us any road pirates. Place of employment. Self-employed.
All right, let's take a break from this road pirate video. I think we are connected now with the caller from the 937 area code. Go ahead, you're on CopBlock Radio.
Hi, Derek. This is Virgil. How are you?
Hey, Virgil. It's good to hear your voice. Are you at the Beaver Creek Police Department?
No, I'm actually almost passed out on my couch at home because I'm so exhausted after 2 days of doing this. It really kind of gets to you after a while. And after some events transpired today, most of the protesters left this evening to regroup and figure out what the next step is.
Okay, so let's fill everybody in. For those who don't know, Virgil for the last 2 days has been attending Occupy Beaver Creek Police Department, where a group of, I don't know, self-selected individuals, there's no organization to this. It's sort of people who want to participate have been going into the Beaver Creek Police Department and making demands. So you have demands, Virgil. What are they?
Well, so a main group that has spearheaded this, it's called Ohio Student Association, and it tends to be a more liberal group, like you usually tend to find on college campuses. So they tend to kind of rally around liberal causes, so and around issues of race. And there's nothing wrong necessarily with either one of these issues. I mean, they stand up for what they believe. So they kind of spearheaded this from the beginning, and they have the numbers because they're a statewide group, and they kind of reached out to a bunch of large schools around here, and they were able to get numbers out. And this is probably their third or fourth protest in this area, and this is the first time they actually decided to camp into the PD. They refused to leave 2 nights ago when they were asked to leave, and they slept there last night as well. And today, things kind of came to head with after the police chief met with them and basically refused to give in to any of their demands. And their demands were basically the same as mine, which are the police officer responsible for the shooting of John Crawford be fired, and that he would also be prosecuted, and also the 911 caller who called also be prosecuted for basically inflaming the situation and making a bunch of false statements that resulted in the death of 2 people in Walmart that night.
All right, great summary. And I'm seeing from the Sandusky area CopBlock, is that where we should be looking for the latest updates on this, or is Beaver Creek? Is there a different one? Where should I be looking for updates?
Beaver Creek is actually right next to Dayton, so you should be looking at the Dayton, Ohio CopBlock page on Facebook for the most recent updates.
Okay.
Today has been kind of a nerve-wracking day because after the meeting with the chief at 1 o'clock, the students came out, and I kind of look at myself. I was just talking to someone here about gonzo journalism. I kind of look at myself as being one of these journalists, but I also kind of have limits because I have a family and a job, and I don't particularly want to get arrested at this point in time. So I kind of backed off and I put on my press badge after the meeting, and they went outside. They stepped outside and they blocked the doors, the main doors, the front doors of the police department, and they would not allow anyone to leave or to come into the building. And this went on for about 3 hours or so until the building closed down. But what was scary about this is that the police department called in for backup. So there were about 30 to 40 cops that showed up from all the neighboring towns, from several sheriff's departments and counties surrounding the area. They were gearing up in their SWAT gear, and they were basically preparing for war, these cops. So there was an hour or so there when we were fairly certain that they would come out in force, ready to crack some skulls. Yeah.
Were you ever afraid for your safety?
I was not, because, like I said, I did not participate in the blockade because I didn't want to be part of that. I didn't want to get arrested. The group actually that blockaded the doors was very small, maybe about 10 to 15 people. And once I started seeing police officers with their bulletproof vests on and zip ties on their belts, I mean, these guys were ready to kick ass. I mean, they were there to just hang out. But I think what happened, they may have changed their strategy, mid-stride there, because they realized that at 5 o'clock, that's when they closed down the building. That's their end of business day, so to speak. And all they had to do is just wait us all out. And once 5 o'clock came, they just locked the doors of the building. And actually, that was poor planning on the part of the protesters, because they didn't leave anyone inside. They all walked out, and all their gear actually got locked inside the building.
Oh, man, that is poor planning. How unfortunate. Are they going to be able to get their materials back?
Yeah, so that was poor planning. They didn't think ahead very well. What happened later on, around 8 o'clock or so, the cops came and basically threw all their stuff in garbage bags and boxes. They were recording the entire, packaging of stuff, right? And about half an hour later, they just came out through a back door and they just dumped it all on the sidewalk and left it there. And they said, "Here's your stuff," and they just kind of quickly ran back inside the building.
Well, isn't that nice? Well, you can follow updates at Dayton Area CopBlock on Facebook. Virgil in Ohio. I appreciate you calling in and sharing what's been going on in Beaver Creek Police Department.
Thanks, Derek.
Coming up, we've still got stories about a fake pirate mocking a road pirate, plus a cop who kicks in his ex-wife's door, holds her new family at gunpoint. This is CopBlock Radio. Hey, Dio, sorry about that.
Wow, the fucking technical difficulties tonight.
Part of that was me because I suspect that you were not able to hear Virgil. Is that correct?
No, I heard him on the. Yeah, I had to take the mute off the computer to be able to hear it.
Okay, because when I connected with you while Virgil was talking, I heard you say hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello. And I wasn't responding, of course, because Virgil was talking. But you couldn't hear Virgil?
No, I couldn't hear him at all.
Okay, yeah, that's what I suspected. So that's why I disconnected from you until break.
It's all good. The show, dude. You know.
I know. Show must go on. We did a great job, and we've still got more. We've still got a lot to cover. So, fake pirate will return with that. Plus, did you guys see this video of a cop kicking in a door of his ex-wife and holding his wife's new family at gunpoint?
Is that different than the one from Baltimore from last week?
Yes, Baltimore cop.
Another one?
No. Baltimore cop. It's from last week. It didn't happen last week. It was our last episode was on the 1st. This happened on the 3rd. So, no. Happened on September 29th. So it's possible you may have heard about it.
Yeah.
But this was reported by John Vibes at thefreethoughtproject.com on the 3rd. I've got
dude, I can't believe there's another fucking shooting of it in Ferguson.
Oh, can we get to that first? That's the most important. That's the most important.
There's not a lot of info, but like why is there no here we go.
Let's try and keep all our stories to Ohio. Let's focus on Ohio this week.
No, I mean that's important to talk about another killing in fucking Ferguson. I mean, you know.
I don't know. It's Missouri. It doesn't fit the theme. Can't we find a killing in Ohio?
It's still a killing. Ferguson, October. There we go.
It's still early.
Oh god. Oh, I have a minute and a half. I'm gonna play some ads here and hopefully get some donations.
Action comments, and I'll send you something weird. If you can't listen to the Liberty Radio Network's internet streams, free satellite channel, or radio affiliates, no worries. You can listen to LRN.FM from any phone, anywhere. Add this number to your phone. 213-493-0309. It's a long-distance call, so make sure you're familiar with your phone's calling plan. The Liberty Radio Network listen lines are locked into our stream 24 hours a day. Call 213-493-0309. That's 213-493-0309.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm. On your knees, you dirty hippies! On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadavi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com. You can connect with the Liberty Radio Network via our Facebook page at facebook.lrn.fm. That's facebook.lrn.fm.
413-418-COPS or Skype CopBlockRadio. Derek here with you. And Scott and Dio.
Hey.
Arr.
Arr. Arr. Yeah, arr, man.
We're covering the story of a fake pirate who takes advantage of something that's happened to all of us, a regular traffic stop. Cop pulls him over, and he makes light of this situation. Let's return to that video.
I plow the streets looking for landscaping. You got plenty of, I'm sure you got plenty of work out there. Just trying to keep my booty from getting stolen. All right, this is gonna be for the no brake lights on the utility trailer as well as expired license plate on it. And it's expired after June of 2010. Okay. So if you borrow somebody else's trailer, make sure that you get that proper paperwork, everything like that. Make sure that it is current and legit. Because like I said, ultimately you as the driver. If it be him driving, it'd be the same situation. Or if I borrow your truck, it'd be the same situation. Okay. All right, I need a phone number from you here. Signature to the right. Stating that you received a copy of the citation and that you'll contact.
So this cop is just not playing along with the game. He's not having fun with it. But the guy gives him another chance here. Is he going to take the bait and have fun with it?
You don't know what the booty is going to be that you're taking today? No, they don't tell us any of the prices.
Price.
Yeah.
Phone number and address form right here in the back. Wait at least until Tuesday of next week before you contact them, okay? Do that. Give them this number on the front. They're going to assign you a due date, price, or for district argument violations, okay?
A price.
But try to get that taken care of. Whoever owns the trailer or anything like that.
The price of your freedom is
somewhere, switch trailers or something like that. Because as long as that tag, those things are like that, if somebody else observes it, they can't stop you and ticket you again for it. There'd be plenty of pirates plowing the streets. Be careful, all right?
Oh, yes.
He should have. See, he should have made it a little bit more difficult.
What do you mean?
He should have.
He was that was his strategy. His strategy was roll over and do what's expected of me, but make fun of it. Yeah, make fun.
Yeah.
You know, at least you'll live to fight another day.
I would have been like, because he said, you know, what's your job? You know, he could have been a little bit more creative. I wouldn't have told him where I work at. That's on his business.
He said he is. He did tell him his job. He said he's a landscaper. He plows the streets looking for landscaping.
Plows the streets looking for landscaping.
I assumed he was actually being serious, that he actually is a landscaper.
That's what I thought. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm not telling that guy what I do. Fuck you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm also not giving you my phone number either. He's like, oh, we need your phone. I'm like, I don't give out my phone number.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I never give out that.
Yeah, he could have been a little more resisting, but, you know.
But he did do it really, I mean, it was really funny, and the cop was just not playing along.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
He was just doing his job.
He gave a little chuckle at the beginning when he first said it, but then, you know, he just wanted to get it over with at that point afterwards.
Yeah, he was just going through the process. I'd like to see that become a thing, though, like more resistance at traffic stops by just playing funny games. Like, they can't throw you in jail for talking like a pirate. Like, they can throw you in jail for not giving your driver's license or whatever, as we found out.
The Robert De Niro traffic stop. Are you talking to me? Are you fucking talking to me?
So I've got a couple of crazy cop stories to share with the audience this week, but I think, Scott, you have the one that takes the cake this week.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there was another fatal shooting tonight, and it was in Ferguson. So I just saw that somebody had posted something online. If you go to Twitter, it's hashtag Ferguson October. I don't have a lot of info on it. I know that it was a 18-year-old male. He was shot. Reports are saying like 16 shots were fired. I saw one that's, one witness allegedly was saying that the person was tased. Some people were talking about something about him pulling out a gun, but it was a sandwich. It's kind of hard to, whenever everything's like kind of breaking, it's hard to filter out the bullshit from the good stuff.
But what do you get? What's the gist?
The gist is some kid is dead and the cop shot him.
And it happened in Ferguson.
And it happened in Ferguson too.
Was he black?
I don't have that information right now.
Why not? Not that it's I ask not because it's relevant, but because everyone else is going to want to know. Yeah. And that's weird to me because it's like, why is that a thing? Like, why? I guess because there's a lot of racial motivations or people suspect there are racial motivations for
Right. That's
some of
like
these
just
killings.
like
No.
Did you see the one thing that was trending for a while, and it was people would post two pictures. You know, if you were shot, what picture would they show of you? Would it be of one where you're like drinking with your friends, or would it be the one where you're like in, some sort of, dressed up, at a wedding or something like that, or, some sort of a uniform for work maybe? What image is the media going to use to portray you? How do they feel about you? Do they want you to be portrayed as a drug user and a thug? Or they're going to get those pictures that you take candidly with your friends while you're drinking at home. And they're going to use those to portray you as a bad person. So the gist of it really is that I got that he was, they tased him first. He was down. They ran up, and then it says that they ran up and shot him.
Oh,
Unknown. So there's hashtag Ferguson October. There was a live feed through here. One of the people that's over there right now is Cassandra, Cassandra Rules, Rules. I'm sorry, Rules. If you follow her on Twitter, she's got a bunch of stuff up there. But I don't know, something to take a look at, something to follow. It's sad, man.
Where are you reading this story?
All the information I have right now is from Twitter.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to see if I can dig up some information on that story during the next break, if possible. I'd like to get some more information about what's happening there. But I've got a news story about a cop who kicks in his estranged wife's door and holds her family at gunpoint. This happened in Baltimore last week. A video has recently surfaced showing Baltimore City police officer Galberto Diaz breaking down the door of a Brighton Street apartment just before he allegedly assaulted a number of the occupants inside while pointing his gun and making death threats. This man is a police officer in Baltimore. While there are the same actions that Diaz carries out in the line of duty every single day, this intrusion was not done under the color of law. Diaz showed up to the Brighton Street residence in his police car and in full uniform to confront his estranged wife and her new boyfriend on September 29th around 9:30 a.m. Diaz was reportedly on duty at the time of the attack. Desperate to get inside, Diaz kicked in the door like he would during a drug raid and entered the home with his gun drawn, where he found the couple in bed together. According to police, Diaz then grabbed his estranged wife by the hair and threw her to the ground, kicking and punching her multiple times. What happens next? We'll have the story on the other end of this break. You're listening to CopBlock Radio live on LRN.FM. You can dial in, share your stories, 413-418-COPS, or send a Skype contact request to CopBlockRadio.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support.
You guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking through on Twitter here. It's like freaking going nuts. And it's like there's a million tweets of people just like bitching. But there's a couple live streams.
I'm looking for some info too.
Argus stream Argus? I never even heard of that one.
St. Louis CopBlock has to say.
October 8th.
Argus, ARGUS newsnow.com has a live stream.
Argus News Now, okay.
I think it was an off-duty. It sounds like it was an off-duty cop that was working as a private security.
Oh, I am Mike Brown, live from Ferguson, Missouri. Please wait for the broadcast to begin. It says more on livestream.com. Okay.
Revolutionary_Z has a live stream also.
Where do you get the extra light for?
Hello.
How do you?
I'm out here in
How are you getting all
Ferguson,
that
and
light?
Underscore G.
Underscore Z as in zebra.
Z.
It's rebel, not revolution. REB as in boy. On live stream.
Got it.
Did you find it? Okay, cool.
These killer cops, they got to go. Hey, hey! These killer cops, they got to go. Hey, hey! These killer cops, they got to go. Hey, hey! These killer cops, they got to go.
Are they digging? Is that?
They don't have to know the city. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I say hands up, y'all say don't shoot. Hands up! Don't shoot! 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 Hands up!
Folks, I'm going to
Don't shoot!
drop the stream here. I don't even know if I'm still live anymore. I'm getting next to zero bandwidth.
No, don't drop the stream.
Has dropped, but I'm going to refresh.
No, stop.
You got what? Yeah, but Sem is live, so you can watch. I'm sure they probably got us both up on Global Rev or something right now. But I'm just gonna restart my phone. So give me like 2 minutes. And what?
Okay, if you must.
Seriously, dude, what's with it? Did apps keep crashing on me? I would agree with that. When I was streaming with iPhone 5, I had very little problem.
And that's the end of that. Well, hopefully we can get that live stream back when we return. Scott, you with us?
Yeah, there's...
Dio, you with us?
Yep.
All right, good. Coming back in 10.
Officer fatally shoots
Or look for our page and event on Facebook. That's keyinvention.info.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip-in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
Welcome back to CopBlock Radio. We're live on lrn.fm. You can dial in 413-418-COPS. Hey, Scott, what's the latest on that story from Ferguson, Missouri?
It seems like there's a couple feeds out there. There's one called Revolutionary, R-E-B, as in boy, _Z, Revolutionary _Z had a feed up. And it almost sounds like the police officer may have been off duty and acting as a private security for some housing or something. You know, he's doing some private security work. It sounds almost like some people are saying that there was a shot fired at the cop, but another person is saying that the victim was holding a sandwich. So it's still just super, super gray. But that's about it. The feeds are getting, shut down just, through bandwidth and problems like that. But if anybody finds any info, like, please seriously call in and help us to, figure out what's going on here. Just, man, I can't believe it happened again already.
Gio?
Yeah, man. It's insane. And just more violence, and it's all being initiated by them.
Yeah. One thing that's kind of funny.
I think we got a live feed here, guys.
Cool.
So what I'm watching now, if you're watching along on YouTube, is video on the ground with Revolutionary Z.
Screaming right now.
We're hearing some commentary from the man recording.
Isn't he the one that, and I couldn't hear, so either recognize him or I don't know. But just a minute ago, while I was resetting my phone in the mobile crime lab here, we did see them put shovels in the back so they were digging in the yard for something. So I did confirm to see them put shovels back into the mobile crime lab.
What do you think shovels would be used for? Okay, so I'm going to turn that down. We'll keep it low in the background in case anything erupts or develops. But we'll be watching this story. This is obviously something very important and pressing in Ferguson, Missouri, of all places where they're going to watch the police. There's going to be live streams on them constantly. I would like to see this sort of reaction everywhere, not just Ferguson, but when police kill somebody, call me crazy, but I think the community should be sort of upset about it and maybe shine their cameras on the people trying to cover up the crime.
Absolutely, man. You know, we did that story a couple of weeks ago about the you remember the 1, 2, 3 rule of interrogation that came off of Police One?
Yeah.
Well, I have a video here that was this guy was apparently profiled for his love of disc golf. And if you watch the video and you listen to the officer, it's as almost as if he just read the article on Police One and is now trying to implement it in this traffic stop.
Wow. I'll bet lots of cops do. I mean, that's why they blog there, right? They want to spread this information. So, but it works both ways. While they get to spread information about how they do interrogations, we also get to learn from it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the video, I just put the link in the chat there, but the guy that shot the video, he actually, he talks too much to the cop, but if he didn't, we wouldn't get to see the prime example of what we had just talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he answered way too many questions.
Yeah, he definitely did, but again, if he didn't, we wouldn't have the video showing exactly what we were talking about.
One of the things that I noticed in that video was whenever he asked him if he had ever smoked pot.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to answer that. And the cop automatically takes what he says and immediately flips it and says, well, that means you've smoked pot.
Yeah.
It's like, you piece of shit.
Coach was trying to tell him to do, too.
Yeah.
Your negative responses, it's almost like a negative and a negative equals a positive.
He should have just been like, well, see you later.
How should people handle a question like that?
You should say what he
look
said.
At him.
Going to answer.
Well, what about
just
answering?
Look at him.
What about answering your question with another question? Like, am I obligated to answer your questions?
Yeah, well, that too. I mean, me personally, I would have said to the cop there, I would have been like, somebody's been reading Police One, haven't they?
Yeah, I think a deflection from the answer would be the only safe bet, because otherwise, no matter what you say, it can be misconstrued as
They're gonna
some sort of crime.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I would have told him, I would have said, somebody's been watching Police One, haven't they? Are we free to go?
So I'm still watching this video as it pans across. There must be about 25 police officers, all in what appears to be not the full SWAT gear, but just vests that say police on them. Something a little more beefy than a typical uniform. And they're going inside of some house. The person video recording said that they just put shovels into the back of a paddy wagon, so it appears they were doing some sort of digging at the house. This is really strange for a suburban area outside of St. Louis.
Random thought. I never realized that the term paddy wagon is actually derogatory.
What do you mean?
The paddy wagon, it comes from, the way I heard it, it comes from whenever they would go around and pick up all the drunk Irish. They'd put all the patties in it.
I had never heard that.
I didn't either. It came up in conversation one day. Someone was like, yeah, that's derogatory. I was like, what are you talking about? And, they picked up the mix and the max.
Hey, Slajo in the chat has a suggestion for how to respond to police during an interrogation.
Oh, God.
He just says, fuck off.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, that would be acceptable. And you know what? One of the things that I learned recently because of Rich Paul's arrest was that it appears the FBI doesn't record their interrogations. They only take notes on pen and paper.
Garrett, who's really good? Garrett, really good at taking notes.
Yes, Garrett Ian, an activist here in Keene, New Hampshire. He's so good at taking notes that he was accused of video recording when he hadn't, because the cops believed that his memory could not be that good, that he had to have surreptitiously recorded them. But they even went and stopped him while he was on a bicycle, stole the camera out of his hands, and this video all exists online. You can go and see it for yourself at freekeen.com. But they stop him on the bicycle, take his video camera, and just say, this is coming with us. And they don't arrest him or anything. They just stop him, steal his camera, and drive away. And they found later that, no, he had not surreptitiously recorded them, or at least the video doesn't exist on that camera. And that was enough for them. They just gave up. But yeah, he has just a very good memory. So, but it's even better to capture it on video if you can. Always get an objective record, like this man is doing here live for us.
Apparently, it was not. It was in St. Louis, but not Ferguson.
You know, one of the other positive things. Oh, it was in St. Louis, not Ferguson. I see. One of the positive things that's I see developing from this is that we get the news of police abuse, first of all, immediately through Twitter. You were able to track down this information. And then immediately I was able to find some links to a live stream where there's a chat room of, there's a 1,177 people watching this video alone. Who knows how many other live streams exist? And then you've got all of this commentary in this chat room of cyber police and these people plugging photographyisnotacrime.com, and they're asking the hard questions there, as well as the journalistic questions. We really have entered a new age of accountability and media. This is CopBlock Radio.
Ladies, with the U.S. divorce rate near 30% and this job market, looks matter. Breast enhancement or...
Oh, okay.
Someone is asking if I see any officers who are anything other than white. Honestly, so far,
How we doing? We all good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to run this live stream during our break.
Metro Police. It's different in a small town. In Ferguson, it's a very small area. You can actually comment proportion. But here, I don't know if that really means anything. So, but no, I have not.
Hey, do you guys have a special story to close on? If you don't, grab one.
Oh, the cops posing for the live stream. They were just talking about me for some reason. They seem to be moving.
They're targeting
what's going on here.
Did you see the one about the teacher with the pirate dressed like a pirate?
Letting Antonio French through and some other people.
They locked down like 4 schools because of a suspicious person. And it was fucking dressed. It was dressed like a pirate day, and she had like
taken down.
She had a pirate's
Seems
hat
to be a
on.
line
And
of
a
cops now
fake
forming. I
sword.
don't know where they're moving to.
JR.
Gar, Steve.
They're moving.
Hey, the cops are doing some shit. They're going into the crowd right now.
What neighborhood do you live in, sir?
The same one, Revolutionary
What
Team.
neighborhood do you live in? What neighborhood do you live in? What neighborhood do you live in, ma'am?
Come in.
What neighborhood do you live in? Obviously not this one. Obviously not. What neighborhood do you live in, man?
What sort of questions should these people be asking?
Officer's name.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like they're going to be getting any answers regardless of what fucking questions they ask. So
Well, this guy's repeatedly asking what neighborhood they live in. I wonder what the relevance of that is.
because the cops that are patrolling the area don't live in the area they're patrolling.
The officer using his flashlight into Decem's camera. They love to do that.
Yes, they do.
You know, unless something happens on that live feed too, I get
They're clearing out some of the police vehicles. Is that a fire truck? Is that a damn fire truck?
Yeah, they figure you'll get out of the way of the fire truck.
Well, yeah, you bring a fire truck in, you're getting out of the way. They're bringing in a fire truck for some odd reason here. What'd you say?
Get to your car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pulling out the crime lab vehicles. One of the plainclothes officers leaving.
Here we go.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
CopBlockRadio returns. We've got live video streaming now, both on YouTube and at livestream.com, where Revolutionary Z is reporting outside of St. Louis a teen has been shot. You can hear the chants in the background.
The crowd is marching.
We'll keep the feed live as the crowd marches through the streets.
There's not enough police on the scene to stop people. They have taken over the street. They're angry and want the police to leave.
This is fascinating. There are way too many people. There are way too many people on the street for the cops to control them right now.
Police have just stopped right here, the few that are remaining. They did bring in a fire truck again. I have no idea why they would do that. We don't know where this fire truck is going.
There must be about 200 people who were just walking through the street.
Scene here, where the crime scene investigators were.
Did you hear recently there was a judge that I don't know, I don't have the story in front of me, but the judge told basically the Ferguson police that they can't tell the protesters to keep moving anymore.
Oh yeah, good point. So if the cops try it here, we know that there's already been a, what was that? Was that a Supreme Court decision?
Something like that. Like I said, I don't have the thing in front of me, but
yeah, that was an important story. Actually, I meant to put that in the show notes for this week. I should pull that story up because that's important enough that a court did rule this week that the 5-second rule that the cops essentially made up as they were patrolling the streets of Ferguson, Missouri, is unconstitutional. They otherwise can't tell you or anyone else that you have to be moving. You have to physically move more than every 5 seconds. They said if you stand still for more than 5 seconds, you're under arrest. So keep moving because the sidewalks are for moving. Well, that's not true. You're allowed to peacefully assemble, and the court agrees. So what other stories do we have? We'll keep an eye on this story in Missouri. But what other stories have we got to close out the evening, boys?
Well, as far as my case goes, we went to court on Tuesday, and we got to go back on December 2nd again. They basically called us in for another pretrial on Tuesday just so they could let my lawyer know my past record from like 25 years ago and stuff. So it was basically because he has the right to know, so they wanted to show him. So
You wanted to show your lawyer? Wouldn't that be up to you to tell him?
Well, I mean, I already did, but you know,
Yeah.
they went see the kind of guy you're defending. See, I mean, I think that's
what a waste.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing it was. So they're just stalling. They know they don't have anything. So, you know,
I have a parking ticket to face tomorrow. It's not a trial. It will just be the arraignment. So I have to go and plead not guilty. But that still requires that I go all the way to court, and that's never pleasant.
Take a day off, come on down, and
go see Judge Burke.
not guilty.
Yep.
Is it Berkey?
Doesn't usually take very long. It just means that I have to wake up a little earlier than normal and get dressed up. I don't have to get dressed up, but I like to anyway. And, you know.
You always like to dress up, Derek.
Well.
You're stylish.
The point of taking this to court is because it gives me practice. If I were ever charged with some more serious crime, I've been charged with a parking violation. That's pretty. It's as pretty not serious as it gets. So if I can get good practice taking on something like this, well, then maybe I'd be able to do a better job if I need to be pro se or to represent myself, as weird as that sounds, in court one day if I were ever charged with another victimless crime, for example. So I urge other people to do this. It's kind of fun.
Absolutely.
You've got nothing to lose really, except for the $5 or whatever it is to pay if you lose and are found guilty. And I expect to be found guilty, but this is a practice for me to deal with the system, to go before a judge, to go through the motions of a trial, and to really just get familiar with the whole thing. Have you guys ever taken a traffic ticket to court?
Sure.
You have many
I try
times?
to avoid traffic tickets at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, anything now I'll go to court for, just to go to court, just to waste their time and money. You know, I'll just keep on as much as I can postpone it or whatever, just to keep it going, so that they have to keep on spending the money on dumb shit.
Do you have a story to close out the evening for us, Scott?
Yeah, so here's a little feel-good story for all the users of cannabis or the cooks in the audience. So there's this Georgia retiree. He's from Cartersville, Georgia, and he was the victim of being, well, I wouldn't say he was swatted, because it was orchestrated by the state. Apparently they use helicopters to patrol the areas in Georgia and find people growing marijuana. So apparently in this gentleman's backyard, they had observed some plants. So they decided the best thing that they could do would be to conduct an early morning raid. This happened actually a week ago. It was on October 1st. The guy's name was Dwayne Perry. And what they did was they got a helicopter and they got some drug sniffing dogs and a whole bunch of guys dressed up like they're in the military and they're ready to go and fight some terrorists, even though they actually were the terrorists. So they ended up going to this guy's house and, breaking in his door and scaring the shit out of him and terrorizing him because he was growing okra, which has a 5-pointed leaf, in his garden, of all places, where vegetables commonly are grown. He said, here I am. I'm at home and retired, and I do the right thing. Then they come to my house strapped with weapons for no reason. It ain't right. So the poor dude, he's just trying to grow some okra. Eric's a big gardener. I don't know if Eric did any okra this year. I did some. It was a complete fail. But whenever I was growing it, I was like, man, that kind of looks like a pot leaf. But, anybody who knows a pot leaf, it doesn't look that similar. But apparently the boys in blue felt that they had enough evidence that they could get all dressed up and they could push-ups in the mirror and then go wake some poor old bastard up.
Why is this a feel-good story? I thought you said this was a feel-good story.
What kind of
because he didn't get shot.
What kind of incompetent cop doesn't know the difference between okra and pot?
Man, well, have you found or met a competent police officer?
Well, you got me there.
They exist, but they usually quit.
Yeah, no, the guy didn't get shot. You know, they pointed some guns at him, but, you know, he kind of took it with a grain of salt. But if it would have been me, man, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have made it through because I would have been the person who was reaching to defend myself from a bunch of unknown people who've broken into my home and threatened me.
Yep. I would have become a statistic myself.
Well, I've got one. This is a video that was posted to CopBlock.org earlier today. Although the incident date was way back in 2013, this is a video of a cop getting owned at a Las Vegas DUI checkpoint. Take a listen. Sorry, that's the wrong audio. That's the live feed of those protesters.
That's a pretty wild DUI stop, man.
That one was crazy.
Shit got real.
Yeah.
They're about to fuck some shit up over there.
So those are the protesters. Yep. And actually, why don't we, it looks like something is actually getting real. Why don't we turn to the protesters? Here's their feed.
Who do you serve? Who do you protect? 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 Who do you serve?
Okay, so we can see they're clapping in succession and chanting, "Who do you serve?" There are a few people with large video cameras. Looks like there's a media person directly in front of the man with the live streaming camera. Oh, that man is not media. That man is a police officer. It's not clear what he was holding. It didn't seem to be a video camera.
Well, they video us now too, so it's not unexpected.
Well, this will not be the end of the story, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode of Cop Block Radio.
Man, already?
It's been DL with you, Scott and Derek J, and you can catch us at CopBlock.org 7 days a week. Always the latest police accountability stories. Plus, every Wednesday, you can call in and take control, share your stories of police abuse or accountability. This is Cop Block Radio. Until next time, badges don't grant extra rights.
Do you need access to money? Do you need cash today? If you are receiving a structured